Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our Complete Beginner's Guide to Gloomhaven in Guildmaster mode here. And you can see that now, the world has opened up a little bit. We have some options. We can edit some things with our current mercenary party of the Brute and the Scoundrel. And looks like we can even go to the Merchant. We have 51 gold to spend. So it says we could travel, we can set a trap, ambush the mob of bandits, or we can do the Hollow Men, clear out the undead crypt. So we got some cool choices that we can do. But first, let's just click on one of our characters, and you can see which mercenaries we have currently available. We have these unlocked. So here's the Brute, and when you go to this screen, it's kind of nice because basically you get a breakdown of this character. It shows you what level it is, so it doesn't look like too much of our experience that we did in the tutorial missions is carried over, but that's okay. You could see how many ability cards we have, the amount of bound items, and different information about the stats of this particular mercenary, and you can change them. Now, if we wanted, we could simply click this plus button and add to our party. I think what I'd like to do, because I've heard recommendations for a party of 2, a party of 3, and a party of 4 is the full party experience. And all of those seem really cool, but I think what we'll do is just start with 2. And if we feel like we're ready to start doing more calculations and seeing what the game is like, if we play with 3 and then maybe 4, we can do that. And we can explore what amount of mercenaries to send or to play with is that kind of the right balance for us personally, based on what we like to do, how hard we want to make it, what feels good, what combos we can make with different party configurations. So if I click over here, if I click on the portrait, it just says select a mercenary. Now, but here's something really interesting. If I click on the card symbol next to a mercenary, it says mercenaries will unlock new and more powerful ability cards each time they level up. Look for synergies between ability cards and adapt your hand depending on the enemy types you'll be facing. Having the right cards against the right enemies might just keep you alive. So what they're telling you basically is you can change your deck when you want before you start the mission. So if you're going to go to a mission, you can mouse over it, you can see what types of enemies there are, and then you can select cards that you think will be the right cards for that scenario based on what you know of the enemies. On the ability panel, you can edit the deck of cards you take to a dungeon. Each mercenary has a different amount of cards they can carry and can only go adventuring with a fully equipped hand. Hover over the abilities to view their full description. Okay, so for example, you see that I am the Brute right now, and I have the Brute's deck selected. And the Brute can take 10 cards in his deck right now, and you see that these are the 10 cards right here. But these 3 cards at the bottom that are grayed out, these cards are not in the deck, but you actually start with them. Now, we couldn't edit the deck in the tutorial Guildmaster mode until now. So now we have the opportunity to make a choice. So, for example, this ability right here, Skewer, I really like this because it can hit 2 tiles, and if you consume wind energy, it gets +1 attack, gives piercing, and gives experience. So it's really, really nice. Plus, it has a move 6 on the bottom. It does burn, but I mean, that's nice. So what would you not take? Well, I don't really like grab and go that much, but it does have a move 4. So it's kind of like which one of these cards is not something that we want to use. So what I like to do is just play for a bit and see which card it is that I just never use, which one is it that I'm not doing that much. So Skewer is cool. It's at a 35. Grab and go is really slow. But I'm actually going to get rid of grab and go and take Skewer. Now, you might not like that. You might want to be able to loot to get money. You might want to be able to move 4 without burning. And I understand that. I just like having more attack with my Brute, and I enjoy this combination here. So I'm going to try this instead. Balanced Measure is also pretty cool, and Wall of Doom is more defensive. So you could kind of like tilt these toward what you want to do. Usually what the recommendation is, just like any deck building game, only change like one card at a time until you see what the right balance is. Don't like flip out all of your cards, because then it's hard to like really evaluate which cards are performing well, which synergies are happening if you make a massive overhaul. But if you do like a more granular change with just one card, you can really see how things are happening. I'm okay with this. And then I'm going to click on this, and it says in the equipment panel, you'll find the different types of items a mercenary can carry. Clicking on an item slot will display all the items of that type the mercenary owns. If the item slot is displayed in gray, it means you currently have no items of that type. So, for example, this guy has the Boots of Striding on, and, you know, we have nothing else. And we could equip the healing potion in small items. Actually, I think this might be equipped. Let me see the scoundrel. What do you have on? Yeah. So you have a stamina potion. This is actually really good for helping you last longer. There we go. So oops, I didn't mean to take that off. I want that to be there. So she's got on the leather armor and the minor stamina potion. So this is kind of where we're at. Also, we can look at her deck, and we can see if there's anything that we want to change. So, for example, you know, Sinister Opportunity, Trickster's Reveal, Swift Bow. The bow is just, you know, a big ranged attack, and you move 2 and you get to loot every hex that you entered this action. If you play this one, it's pretty cool. And you could do it instead of, you know, Venom Shiv or something like that, or maybe Special Mixture if you don't care about healing. Trickster's Reveal is pretty brutal. And the bottom half of this card is nuts, where it's like, if you're in combat with the Scoundrel, and then you play this bottom half, you see how it says the next time you suffer damage, you suffer no damage instead. And it goes at a 9. This is a really nice card, and I think it's cool in combination with the Brute, because if we play with the Brute and the Scoundrel just by themselves as a pair, the Scoundrel is going to want to be up next to the Brute so that a bunch of her abilities can trigger, and that's going to put her in harm's way. So this might be good. Now, the bow would be more like, do you want to play the Scoundrel from far away and be a ranged character? I'm going to go ahead and now, the only problem with this is the top half of this is not a great attack, but if it does work and you can burn to do this to a shielded enemy, it's insane. And this might be a card that you want to bring in if you see that you're fighting enemies that shield a lot, for example. So I'm just going to experiment with this card. I'm going to take away Special Mixture, which is the self-heal, and just put on Trickster's Reveal. You notice, by the way, that the Scoundrel takes 9 cards in her deck instead of the 10 from the Brute. Okay? And we just will get rid of that, and you can just click on this to close that up. We got her inventory set, and we don't have any perks at the moment because we haven't leveled up, but we'll talk about those when we get to them. And then also down here we have the merchant we can go to. So we have some money, and everything with this exclamation point badge means like you haven't seen it before. So what items do we want from what's available? Well, I really like, for example, the Eagle Eye Goggles say during your attack you gain advantage on the entire attack action. So what this means is that if you have an ability that you just can't have miss, or you want to guarantee that you kill something, if you give yourself advantage, you can't miss, because if you get a ×0, it'll take the other card. So you'll at least know that you can hit. And you can only do this once because it exhausts, but it's really good. I like it. And we have 50 gold. Also, the heater shield is super nice for defense. It's pretty cheap. Let's see. Do they have the helmet? Now, the helmet doesn't look like it's actually available at the moment. I really like the helmet as well. We could get another stamina potion if you want to, you know, recover a discarded card or something like that. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy these goggles for the scoundrel, so that I can guarantee that she hits. And then for the brute, I'm going to buy a shield. Buy it. And then so we can look at their inventory, and you see he has a shield, and she's got her goggles. So remember, these do get bound to the mercenary when you buy them, and we have no gold left. But I like those items a good bit. Okay, so now we want to go back to, we can go to the trainer. Welcome to the trainer. On the screen, you will see all the in-game achievements that you can attempt and the rewards you get for completing them. The most important ones will initially be the exploration missions that gradually unlock parts of the map, but be sure to return here to cash in any achievements you complete. So if we get any of these done, we get enhancement slots. You see there's different rewards, so we definitely want to come back here. So this one is like unlock locations, unlock the Spellweaver's story quest, the Tinkerer, on and on and on. Unlock, you know, and you get these, you unlock them by doing what it says here. So just take 20 damage to get that arrow in the knee, haha, or level up the Spellweaver to 2, or unlock 9 locations, and these are the rewards that you get. Or kill 10 archers and you get money and stuff. So this is just a cool way to level us up. And we're going to go back to the map. So now it's time to choose a mission that we want to do. We can go here, or we can go here, and you could see the rewards for doing them. This one looks pretty simple. We unlock a location, we get some experience, we get an item, it looks like, and there's no elites. So now that we've spent money, tweaked our decks a little bit, I'm going to try set a trap and see what happens. So we get a minor mana potion design. During your turn, create any element. That's cool. So, you know, you can use this to infuse. We'll get 3 experience, and we will unlock Wayfarer's Rest. That seems good, so let's do it. Here we go. You happen upon a stoppered flask lying in the road, clearly dropped by some clumsy adventurer. You pick up the flask and notice there is still a good amount inside, and you are feeling a tad thirsty. So this is a event, and these road events happen, and you get to choose something, and the effect of this choice will carry over into the dungeon. So, like, for example, if I drank this and it gave me bonuses, I would get those for the dungeon. Or if it hurt me, I would start the dungeon hurt. Just being in the habit of drinking something I don't know what it is doesn't seem like a good idea, so I'm going to leave it alone. And so that means nothing happens. Now, I'm not entirely sure how this works, but the way I understand it, or the way I'm guessing it works, is that if I were to drink it, there would be a dice roll that would be invisible. I wouldn't see it, and there could be good outcomes and there could be bad outcomes for that flask. You find a large clearing in a small copse and set it up to look like any normal merchant's camp. As night falls, you hear low voices converge on your location. As they charge into the clearing, you jump up, ready to teach the bandits a lesson they won't forget. However, you just didn't expect there to be quite so many of them. Wah, wah. Before entering a dungeon, each mercenary must choose one of 2 battle goals. A battle goal is a secret objective the mercenary tries to complete inside the dungeon. Failing it has no drawback, but successfully completing it and the scenario will earn the character the rewards shown. So the key is you have to complete the scenario to get credit for the battle goal. You can't wipe and still get credit for it. And we'll say continue. So, for example, you get a choice of 2, And the brute can either take explorer or professional. Explorer says reveal a room tile by opening a door on your turn. So as long as the brute opens one door, we get 3 experience. This professional says use your equipped items a number of times equal to or greater than your level plus 2 during the scenario. So this would be like use my items 3 times. Opening a door is much easier, so I'll take that. And then the scoundrel gets straggler or protector. Allow none of your allies to become exhausted or take only long rests during the scenario. So taking only long rest is pretty painful. We could do that, but this one's easy. Like, we just don't get exhausted and we will get 3 experience. We don't plan on doing that, so we'll take protector. And now we have our battle goals set, and let's enter the dungeon. This is a bounty mission, which means to succeed you will need to kill a certain number of enemies. The good news is that the whole battle will take place in a single clearing. Okay, well then, terrible. The bad news is that the enemies will keep spawning until you kill enough. Okay, so, well, that was my own stupidity, so that's what I get. There's no door, I don't think, for me to even open, so the battle goal is not achievable. I mean, this is just me nitpicking, but I wasn't sure, you know? Like, I thought maybe there might be another area of the map. If a battle goal is not achievable, the game shouldn't offer it to you as an option. So that's too bad. I mean, I guess I should have just known I'm outside. I planned an ambush. So that's on me, but it's also... I don't know if it's the best design that that's an option, is something that you can't do. I don't see a door. Okay, so anyway, where do we want to start? Well, there's traps everywhere that we have laid, presumably, and then there's just money that's lying out that maybe we put out to, you know, as bait to bring into bandits or something. So it says here, kill 5 bandit archers, a bandit archer elite, a bandit guard, and a bandit guard elite to win. Okay, so we can do that. But I think it could be any of these 5. It's not 5 of each type. So, well, it says 0 out of 5. So I'm guessing it means add this up to 5 and you win. I don't think it means, you know, 5 archers and then 1 of each others. I think it's just add it up to 5 and you got it. Okay, so what do I want to do? There's 2 guys over here. Well, remember, we did take Skewer, which Skewer is sweet. Unfortunately, it's like, I wish that, I think we can rotate this to work horizontally. I mean, the picture for Skewer is diagonal, but it would make sense that we can rotate it to go, you know, that way. Let's try it. So I will put the brute right here. I can move here, take the money, and then skewer to hit both. So what we want to do is something quick, like shield bash and skewer. And then for the scoundrel, we definitely want to do something like flanking strike, which does 3 damage, but then it adds 2 to the attack, and you get 1 when the target is adjacent to an ally. But we want to make sure we go after this. So we could do that. That's certainly sweet. It doesn't burn this, by the way. We just get an experience. Yeah. So what I'll do is I need to move over there. I do want to go quickly, though, but not quite as quickly. So I'll take Thieves' Knack and then Flanking Strike. So we go pretty fast. And let's go. Okay, great. We're going before both of them. So what we want to do then is we need to, we want to do this attack. So we're going to move right here. And then we will skip the movement. And we're going to skewer and hit both of these guys. Yes, you see that the picture is just oriented one way, but you can point that in any direction that you like. And we can hit both of them like this. You see that they're both red, and we will confirm the targets now. Alright, so -1 on the back one and full +0 right here. So we will end the turn and pick up some money. Now the scoundrel, we want to do flanking strike, so we're going to move up to here. And then we will do a flanking strike right here. Now we could take eagle-eyed goggles to guarantee that we win, but I'm going to save it. And we do way more than we needed, but that's cool. Now, do I want to use my stamina potion now and recover a discarded card? Not yet. So this guy's going to move up and hit. Now, you see he hit me for 1. You can see he's going to move and hit, and the bandit archer is going to try to fire with a range of 3, so it's not going to be able to hit anybody. But we're just going to use our shield so we take no damage. Okay, round 2. So a new guy has appeared over here. So now it's time to think, okay, well, what can we do to kill these 2 targets? I don't really have a great attack here, although I could warding strength and push this character into a trap if I wanted to. And that's pretty good. I think what I'm going to do is take warding strength and trample, because I kind of want the scoundrel to go first and get this kill. Single out is incredible, and then I'll take Trickster's Reversal. Like that. Sick. Okay, so the Bandit Guard's going at 55. She's going to attack with range of 4, but you can see it still is not long enough range to hit any of us. So now, our Scoundrel gets to go, and what I'd like to do is just single out right here, and this should kill the target, and it does. So there we are. We've got 2 out of 5 done, and I could, if I wanted to, just use Trickster's Reversal, but I kind of want to say he's going to use this. This is going to be his turn. So I can move here and then warding strength the guy into the trap, which is pretty sweet. Or I could use the bottom half of Trample, you know, and run over here. And then do warding strength and push them here. It's not bad. So what I'm instead going to do is I'm going to be really greedy and just move up and take this money. And the reason I do that is because she does have her leather armor, so she's in a good position. And I'm going to try, this burns it, but we're almost halfway through here. I'm going to try to move in such a way where this is move 2, and then I'll move up here. So I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to move here. So he takes 3 damage that he cannot block, and then I'm going to attack here. Okay. And we don't even need to push him. He's just dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're still out of range. Somebody is spawning in right there. I'll end the turn. Okay. So we got a couple of archers and a bandit guard. So we just need to kill 2 more. So as long as we kill 2 more, we won't have to fight the elite. So in this spot, Scoundrel, how far can you move? 5? And then throwing knife. So I might want to, throwing knife and venom shiv to get close. But I want this guy to be up front. So provoking roar just moves me 2. These are obstacles here. And then I could do something like overwhelming assault, which I honestly might do this. It does burn a card, but we're so close to winning that it might be worth it. Leaping Cleave does 3. If I'm gonna, what did I choose with her? Move 5, so I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could probably move her in a position where she could throw something. It's range 3, so if I stood here 1, 2, 3, and I don't think this guy can move and hit, hopefully not. So what I'm feeling like is I might just do this. I might go, eye for an eye, overwhelming assault. So we do this to move 2, 1, 2, overwhelming assault, try to kill this, and then throw a shiv over here. Or if I'm going to be throwing a shiv right here, I don't need to do overwhelming assault. I could just do leaping cleave, get the experience. Well, this is 2 experience. Yeah, let's concentrate on leveling up. Okay, then they're going to go really, really slowly. They're attacking at 4. This guy is moving only 1, so he's not going to get to attack. They're going to get to attack us, but it's okay to take a little bit of damage here, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is she's going to go ahead and move up. I could move up, use my goggles and venom shiv, or I'm sorry, yeah, no, I can't do this because I'm using the move 5. Okay, let's just do this then. And then we'll skip, and then what we're going to do is we're going to throw a knife at each of these. And I am going to use my goggles. Woof. You see how the goggles, though, on the multi-target attack, they got to use advantage on both of the attacks, so it's really, really good. Drawing 2 -1 stinks, but that's just what happened. I'm going to use this potion. And we get to choose a discarded card. I really feel like probably want throwing knives back. All right, brute. You know what? I'm going to move all the way over here. And I'm going to use this on this one. This one only has 1 hit point. It's still going to hit us, but even with -2, we kill. And we'll end the turn. We get 2 experience. So now we are 4 out of 5. They got -1. Because of our leather armor, we will just take 2 damage. No problem. Okay? We just have to kill 1 more. And what we're going to do is I'm going to provoking roar and leaping cleave. And then you should have throwing knives back. You do. I'm just going to... God, can I move you really far? What's my best move? 6. Perfect. I'm going to move here. and I'm going to throw here and here. The obstacles do not block line of sight, just movement. Okay. All right, and they're going after us. So now, what we're going to do is move all the way to here. Okay, and this is just fine. And then we're going to throw a knife here and here. Okay, and we'll end the turn. She picks up the money. And then the brute is just going to, we want to walk right here, get the money, and do a leaping cleave right here, get an experience, and hopefully kill this target. Dead. End the turn. Got some cash. Bandit guard coming in, and we should be good. We did it. Good job. I don't think they'll be coming back in a hurry. Okay. So we did not get this, which stinks because, again, I should have thought about this more carefully, but it wasn't an available option. And we did this one, though, so we got the credit for that. Quest complete. You found a new item design. When you find an item design, it becomes available in the merchant shop. So what this means is it's like a blueprint or whatever, but it's just now we can buy this. Which is great. And we get experience, and we unlock Wayfarer's Rest. I've managed to do a deal with one of the local merchants to get in a stock of minor mana potions, so hit me up when you have some spare gold. I have some spare gold. I have 11 now, because of what we picked up and what we got. And you can see we completed a quest right here. So, the merchant has some new stuff for us. We could go over to the trainer and check it out. And you can see, like, we've made a little progress here. We unlocked a new location. So, doing beautifully. We go to the merchant, and we could buy hide armor. On the next 2 sources of damage from attacks targeting you, you get a shield. However, this does add 2 -1s to your draw pile, which is unfortunate. And then there's the potions down here if we wanted to purchase anything else. Minor power potion, minor stamina potion. These all look really, really good. But I'm not going to buy anything now. I'm pleased with where we're at. And everybody, I think this is a great time to end this episode as we continue to make great progress here in the Guildmasters mode. We completed a new mission. We edited our decks. We are unlocking more of the game content. And I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. One last thing that I want to mention is I'm going to escape and I'm going to go back to the main menu. And I just want to show you something. If you go into extras, I got a lot of good tips from people that I should read the manual. You can download the PDF manual of the game online if you want to read it to get more instructions. But if you go to how to play, there's actually really good info here on, for example, if you look at monster behavior, you can read this entry to understand how the monster turn works, who the monsters focus on, how the monsters move, and what their priority is for attacks and things like that. So there's really, really good information baked into the game that you might want to take a look at too, to give you some further idea of why things are happening and how they're happening. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Take care.